You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. Sigismund's cavalry was composed of Cumans. They're diabolical barbarians from the east, with no regard for the rules of warfare, bloodthirsty cutthroats. The very fact Sigismund has them with him shows what a tyrant he is.
Well, I don't know.
And then death descended on Skalitz. I saw Deutsch trying to defend himself. The man who'd mocked King Wenceslas as a drunkard and praised Sigismund now stood facing his soldiers with nothing but a pitchfork, trying to protect his wife and son. It was hopeless. They slaughtered them all.
That's so sad.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I wasn't safe yet. The Cumans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to, but even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
Oh, you poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and certainly, only he has many concerns. He had...
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Here, then.
God be with you.
Do you know what's happening?
No. What about you?
Me? How could I?
I saw you with Sir Robot. Didn't he tell you anything?
No, nothing. Do you know what's happening?
No. What about you?
Me? How could I?
I saw you with Sir...
No, nothing.
This storm is a sign from God. We should have fled to the woods.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be yourself. Heed my command. All will be well.
What is it? What the hell are you doing? God be with you.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including... Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Oh.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions! Who else, Robber?
Sir Radzig! What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle from home.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense. Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body.
Hey, watch it! Lout.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch at the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
Jesus! Look where you're going!
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today.
I will. Thank you.
What is it?
Everyone to the Bailey battlements. Quickly, we have visitors.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
We're coming at them like scallops.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallops and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden. Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Are you serious?
God be with you.
It's all the same to me who sits on the throne, as long as there's law and order in the land.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view.
Where did these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're gone.
Sir Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Sir Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg? Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but...
Were there many? I see.
Listen, lad. These are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas. Well,
so then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why?
I suppose because it has a strategic position and good fortifications, so it can be used as a base for raids, giving you control of the whole territory and good defences too, if you need them.
Not at all. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague,
Hey!
Don't worry.
Safe? Sigismund and his heathen cutthroats will come out of the woods any time now and slaughter us all.
They won't come back. Why would they?
Hey, watch
We'll
it!
stay here overnight.
The harvest, and now we've armies invading and pillaging. I tell you, Judgment Day is coming.
And we have 2 popes.
Have you seen them? Foreign soldiers?
Did you see them horrible foreign soldiers?
Them with the strange clothes and iron masks on their faces.
They say they can slice a cow or men in two halves.
Make my blood run cold. I heard they eat their prisoners and make broth from corpses.
They say they can take a man down and steal away. One of the beasts out of it and battered them all with it.
I don't believe it. Nobody could do
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here?
That's war for you, lad.
Where did these Q...
I don't know much, and believe me.
I don't rightly know. Old Warhorse told me to shoot him down and burn him before the others took whatever it is.
God be with you.
Can you tell me who I can buy something from or sell to?
Aye. Whatever, the pond keeper is your man. He ought to be by the granary. At least that's the last place I saw.
What are you doing?
What are you doing there?
What are you up to here?
What is
Get
it?
out of here or I'll call the guards on you. Well then. Come on. For God's sake, there. Over there.
Who the hell do you think you are? Didn't I tell you you've no business here? You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That will land you a fat fine.
For God's sake, there. Over there. For God's sake, there. Over there. Do something. My God, over there.
You're making a serious mistake. If only you knew what you've just got yourself into.
Do something.
This won't end well for you.
Over there.
I can't pay that.
Well, it's a jail cell for you then. Surrender!
Hey, you!
You've
Don't
committed
move
a
a
violation.
muscle.
You're under arrest.
Is someone there?
You'll die your neck, you cur.
Surrender. You've committed a crime, and I'm arresting you.
Oh! You call that combat?
What's that? Hey, what are you up to? Is that the best you can do?
Is that all you've got?
When I find him.
There's a corpse here.
Hey!
Are you serious?
My respects to you.
Sir Robard, I need to...
What would you do then?
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by...
Good.
Why did Sig...
That's what...
What happened?
Gutenberg, but the good Lord...
Were there many?
Indeed.
I see.
Listen, lad.
So then what?
Why do you think...
Because it's a fertile...
That's... King Charles...
So couldn't...
Now you say...
What is it?
About that tree stump behind my house. The stump of that elm you chopped down. You're going to dig it out?
Good health to you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. Good day to you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Never mind.
What? What the hell are you doing?
I need to get out of here.
And I need...
Look, I have to get out of here to bury my parents. I'd reward anyone who'd help me.
What could a ragamuffin like...
My mother and father were left in...
I'm sorry.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
Looks like it's going to be a good year.
Common pilgrims anymore. And there's that many brigands running around. You never know if they'll come home from the fields alive.
What the hell?
Watch where you're going.
Christ! A thief! People! A thief! Help! Arrest that thief!
What's that?
Who's there? Don't move a finger! Hey, you! Halt!
Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're under arrest. Bring it on.
Got you! Jesus, you gave me the runaround.
Let me go, for Christ's sake! I have to bury my parents!
You're going nowhere. Except back inside.
If I don't bury them now, they'll be ripped to pieces by jackdaws and scattered over unhallowed ground, and I'm stuck here, a stone's throw away.
All right, shove me. I'll pretend you caught me off guard and I fell over. I'll deal with the others. You just get out of here on the double. Kurva! Ah, crap! Damn it! Come here, lads! Never mind that.
I better not go in any further. I might drown.
Got you! Jesus, you gave me the runaround.
Let me...
You're going... except...
Let me go.
Hmm? Not likely. Except back inside.
Leave me, I say. Let me go.
Easy, lad. Let's go quietly back to the castle.
Lay a finger on me, and I'll stab you.
Are you mad? We're only trying to keep you alive. Stop your shit and come along.
Ah!
That's gonna cost you. All that combat.
Hey, what are you up to? What are you doing here? By the light, are you?
What's the matter? Come on.
Yeah. Bring it on! Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed your time in our little establishment. Glad to hear.
And
go. Aye, you can. I'm sorry to...
Hey, you! Halt! Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're under arrest.
Looks like they've already gone. Jesus. Oh, God.
doing there?
What are you doing here? Tired of life, are you?
Hey, what are you up to? Who's there?
What are you doing there?
What
have we got here?
Hey! Entertainment. Great!
You're weak at the knees, Harry.
like me. He died with a sword in his hand. You stood by his side and he did this to you. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon them like me.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? I'll find the one who did this to you.
Take this as a keepsake to remember you by, my dearest.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Ishak, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to... They meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now, I've got to take care of myself.
Would you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave, and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it, anyway?
My father forged it for Sir Radzig. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that goes. And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take them to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground. How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. Haven't you got a shred of honor?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of coin. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
The only way you'll touch this sword is when I'll shove it in your guts. Got business to take care of here first. God, how I wish to be gone from this place. But first I must bury my parents. Business to take care of here first. God, how I wish to be gone from this place. But first I must bury my parents. This is a good place. You're gonna like it here.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? And now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers! The games are over.
Charge! Disperse this rebel!
Itt nem látok. Megjött.
you need some help?
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Henry, can you hear me?
Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a...
We're at my uncle's mill.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My pet.
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
And you're awake.
Good morning. Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Talmberg hadn't arrived.
What in the world were you doing?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. After that.
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still... Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humour back. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you can stay until you find somewhere else to live.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Ratay Mill. My uncle's miller Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what...
He's in the lower cap.
I know, Surad.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you. And for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle...
I owe you both my life. And I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Hey, youngster, come here.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here. You've already met my niece, Teresa. She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
I see. Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Well, what would you need from me?
A trifle. Just to take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional...
I was prepared for just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him.
What?